excited to talk about email?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm Ivan Anderson. I'm the person who invented Email Pro. Thanks for coming to my show. We're going to do a couple things tonight. We're going to talk about email. We're going to write some emails. There's a part where we collaborate with Jeff and go on the internet. But first, there's a personal statement, which we're going to get to. Who here is not currently enrolled in Email Pro? Is everybody here in Email Pro? Except for like one dude? Oh, alright, okay, great, okay, alright. So, the way it works, Email Pro is this like free thing that you can sign up for where I send you emails, and then it's your problem. And you can unsubscribe. It's like a free thing that people quit. That's what Email Pro is.
Wait, you can or can't?
You can quit. You can unsubscribe. 20% of people unsubscribe. But except recently, people who unsubscribed started resubscribing, which is a mystery to me. But it started happening in significant numbers, like 4% of people. Anyway, right. So at the top of every single one of these shows, I do a personal statement. It's different every time. And I have sort of a complicated relationship with the personal statement. For those of you who read the emails, you might have seen that this is going to be the last personal statement I ever gave. That's because of the complicated relationship. Like, the best personal statement that I ever gave was actually not at one of these shows. It was a toast at a wedding, like 3 years ago. My friend Chris got married, and I went to the wedding. And the thing about Chris is that he's like popular and successful. And so there was like a lot of people at the wedding, and they were like popular and successful. He's a comedian, so it was like a high-powered like show business crowd. You know, like the people, it was like one was like the chick who invented podcasts was there. And there was like comedians that invented like the Netflix. They were there. And this was at a time in my life when I had nothing going on. It was before Email Pro. It was before the band that I'm in. The band I had been in broke up. I had nothing going on. So I had mixed feelings about going to this wedding where everybody was going to be successful and popular. And then also my wife couldn't go because she was out of the country. And like, she's sort of cool and she's foreign. So I was a little bit hoping that like if she came, you know, people could be like, oh, like that dude's married to her. Like, oh. like for me, the best case scenario would be like to be a person who could elicit like a, but she couldn't go. I was there by myself. So instead it was going to be like, huh? What's your name? It was going to be like that. And then here's the other thing about the wedding, was that it was at a campsite. It was like a whole weekend. It was like Friday to Sunday. But I went. He was a close friend of mine. And I remember thinking like I was one of Chris's best friends. And then I got there, and it was like 350 people there. And all of them had like a way better best friend thing with Chris than I did. People were like, I'm best friends with Chris because we built a lighthouse together, and then we lived in it together, just the two of us, for 3 years. You know what I mean? And for me, it was like, I thought we were best friends because we played video games together in college. Like, for me, I thought that was like, that's what a close friendship is. If you're like a straight guy who's 20 years old, I thought that's all there was. And then I showed up at the wedding and I was like, oh, this is like the real inner circle. And then the other thing about the story, you're just gonna have to go with me on this. There was a bus ride because the wedding was far away. It was in, where was it? New Hampshire? It was in New Hampshire. There was a bus for all the New York people to go to New Hampshire in this bus. So I was on that bus by myself, and it was supposed to be like a 4 to 5 hour trip, I think. That was like worst case scenario, we were told. And then, this part's a little hard to summarize, but it was like a horrible bus ride that took 12 hours. And a lot of bad things happened. Like the guy driving the bus broke down. And the guy driving the bus like ran errands for like the first few hours of the trip. We went into New Jersey to fill up gas because it was cheaper, and that was like a whole fucking field trip. Like we started in New York, and then 2.5 hours later we drove over the George Washington Bridge into New York. Then we went to New Hampshire. It was terrible. So everybody on that bus got sort of fucked up. Because it's just like, I don't know if you ever spent that much time on like a shitty coach bus with them, people who are like better looking than you or more successful than you, but it's rough. And then the other thing, I don't know if I told you this part, but my friend asked me to give a toast at this wedding. And I was supposed to give the toast on the Friday night, the first night. I was like bus ride was gonna happen, then there was gonna be some dinner, and I gave a toast, and then there was a talent show. This was like such a fucking high-powered comedian wedding that there was gonna be a talent show. I wasn't in the talent show. I was just like, you know what? I'll give the toast. Right. So then the bus ride took forever, and when we got there, Chris was like, "Good news. We didn't start the talent show yet, but we want everyone who's going to give a toast to give a toast at the top of the talent show. Ivan, you're on first." And so at this point, I had sort of like I felt like my whole identity had been obliterated by the bus ride, and you know, my feelings about that, and me being there by myself and everything, and like 300 people. So I went up there and gave the toast, and this next part, it was like the best public speaking that had ever happened. I killed. Like, I'm not trying to brag. You're gonna see in a second, this is not a story about me bragging, but I killed. Like, I basically just gave the whole toast like this. Like, I was in like such misery that I just didn't give a fuck. And for those of you who've like been to these shows before, and you're gonna see the kind of emails that I write, you think like, oh, that guy doesn't give a fuck. Wrong. I completely give a fuck. Even now, we film these shows, and afterward, if I don't like the way I looked, we film them, I don't post them. I'm standing here like 100% giving a fuck right now. At this toast, I did not give a fuck at a level that I've never not given a fuck before or since. And like, so the toast was good, like I had prepared some nice shit to say about my friend and his wife, that was fine. But then I just started talking about the bus ride, and like people went with it, and I talked about middle school and like New Jersey, and like people went with it, like it went a lot of places. And then for like the whole rest of the weekend, everyone was like, dude, that was something else. And I was like extremely popular for this whole weekend that I was a little bit afraid of. Like I was kind of the hit. Everyone was like, dude, I've never seen anything like this. And so it was a little bit the dream. Like my dream of being successful and popular, like it came true. And that was like 2.5 years ago. And every time I meet somebody who was at that wedding, they're like, dude, I remember that toast you gave. In fact, I saw Chris's dad like a year later, and he was like, I have to go to this other wedding and I have to give a toast. I was wondering if you could give me some pointers. He's like the father of the groom. And then at a certain point I realized that like I had peaked. I had peaked at giving a toast at a wedding. I realized that's my best work. I gave this personal statement in front of 300 people. They loved it, and that's all they ever want to hear about. Like, since then, some other shit's gone my way. I have Email Pro, I'm in a band, I like invite people who were at that wedding to those things. They don't come. They're just like, you know, we remember the toast. So, I have mixed feelings about it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if there's anyone here who feels like your dream has not come true yet. That's actually a better feeling than you think it is. Like, I would say, like, stick with that for the minute. Hold on to that, because if your dream comes true and it was giving a toast at a wedding, it's like hard to go on. Right? It's hard to think like that was my best work. My best work was talking about my friend Chris getting married. So happy for him. So then, the other thing is that then people say like, what was going through your head? Like, how can you get back to that place? Like, they start giving me advice because of how good the toast was. And even Chris, so Chris is a comedian, and he directed one of these shows, and he was like, I think you do your best work when you're like in agony. And like, I know what he means. Like, that was a fucking agonizing bus ride for sure. But that's like not a place that you can go. Like every time you have one of these email shows, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of agony. Like I have to come up with a new one of these statements every single time I do one of these. I ran out of ideas like 7 shows ago. So there's like a baseline of misery every time one of these comes up. But apparently like that doesn't cut it. There's this like other level of like total obliteration of the self. And people are like, that's good when you do that. Like, when you can just erase your entire personality, that's it. So I've tried to do that a couple times, and like it's like not sustainable. It's like not the personal statement, like the best case scenario is like not super great for me. So at a certain point in the 2.5 years since I peaked, I started like self-medicating with emails. Like I started writing emails where it was just me not giving a fuck. And that sort of became Email Pro. That's sort of what Email Pro is. It's like a free thing you can quit that's me also not giving a fuck. So what we're going to start doing now is writing some emails together. But I have to warn you that in between me finishing this sentence and writing the emails is like by far the worst part of the show because I have to like reset and redo the microphone. It's super awkward. And then we gotta fix the lights. Can you help me with that? Somebody's gotta like reset the lights. I mean, Jeff's gonna play, so like that's nice. But every other part of this is gonna be murder for like 5 minutes. So just try to stick with it. All right, that's starting now. Okay, so at this point in the show, what I do is I start signing people up for Email Pro. People who are already enrolled in Email Pro will often sign other people up. They're friends, usually. So I have this backlog of people who have not been initiated yet, so I'm going to grab one of those. Here, this is one. This is a person named Zach who got referred by someone named Dilana. Now, I've never met Zach before in my life, so I have to emphasize to you that you now know everything I know. Like, it seems like there's something I haven't told you about what Email Pro is. Wrong. You literally know everything I know about what this email is going to be, who Zach is. We're just going to deal with it. Okay. And then the other part of this is that a lot of times I think people don't read these emails because my Gmail name is Email Pro, and like nobody ever asked for this, so I think a lot of times they get disregarded. So I try to come up with a subject heading that will like force the person to read it. Does anyone remember how Zach was spelled? Was it Z-A-C-H? Would you remember?
Yeah.
Why do you remember that? Okay.
Facebook him while you were.
Excuse me?
She Facebooked him while you were.
Well, but I'm not Zach.
She Facebooked him.
She Facebook. Okay. Doesn't seem right. But we're gonna move past that. Dear Zach. All right. Who signed him up? Dilana. Okay, you have been scheduled for a mandatory email appointment by Dilana. Yep. My name is, this keyword's terrible. Ivan, I invented Email Pro. Okay. am so glad you decided to open this mandatory email. Oh boy. We are off to such a great start. All right, here's another part of these emails. So obviously, it's like sort of a mind fuck. But I like to include like true information, like stuff that's like actually right. I mean, the email's still fucked up, but I like to tell people like true facts. So here's the true fact. I met Diana through Craigslist. He clicked on my ad titled Receive Email. That is the extent of our BFF relationship. Very glad you are now a mandatory part of this BFF relationship. Okay, at this point you gotta sort of a little bit like put out the fire. And I do that by saying you can unsubscribe from Email Pro at any time. There is an unsubscribe link at the bottom of every email. Chill the fuck out. Also, there is a PayPal link at the bottom. Oh, geez, this keyboard is like more Email Pro than Email Pro. Oh, God, of every email. Do what you think is right. All right, let's review the whole thing. Court date. Dear Zach, you have been scheduled for a mandatory email appointment by Diana. My name is Ivan. I invented Email Pro. Welcome to Email Pro. I'm so glad you decided to open this mandatory email. We are off to such a great start together. You guys have been able to follow along, right?
Yeah.
Was there anyone who was not able to? Great. I met Diana through Craigslist. He clicked on my ad titled Receive Email. That is the extent of our BFF relationship. Very glad you are now a mandatory part of this BFF relationship. You can unsubscribe from Email Pro at any time. There is an unsubscribe link at the bottom of every email. Chill the fuck out. Also, there is a PayPal link at the bottom of every email. Do what you think is right. See there, and here, look at here are the links. You see that? True facts. Okay. I hope your court date goes well. Praying for you. Ivan, send it. Okay, we're in it now. All right. Now I just sent another email. And that's basically the whole rest of this show. Is there anyone who wants to sign someone up right now? Does anyone have an email they want me to send to somebody for you? Okay. All right, I have other ones I prepared.
Wait, I have one.
Oh, now you have one. All right. Okay, all right. Who's your email to?
Okay, wait. I have to find, I don't know how to
All right.
Okay, it's, should it be my dad? Should be my dad.
It's up to you.
Okay, it's my dad.
It's going to be your dad, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cooper?
Dad? No. I wonder who got, like, dad at Gmail. Maybe we should just send an email to dad. We'll CC that person. I mean, it's your dad. Are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Because what are you going to do if, like, dad at Gmail starts writing to your dad? I'm so glad we found each other. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, thanks. You got a real good attitude.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your dad's Gmail?
So it's Cooper. Oh, does it have to be a Gmail account?
No. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be like Colorado.roadrunner.org. Right, it's gonna be like one of those weird, like who the fuck uses that email address? It's Hooper. Oh, it's just the Hooper?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like up there with Dad. Okay, Hooper at.
.edu.
Oh, that's not too fucked up.
No.
So he's like a professor or something?
Yeah, he's a retired professor.
Oh, and so his name's probably Hooper.
That's correct.
I thought it was like, this dad likes basketball. Okay. Dear Professor.
Yes.
Your daughter has signed you up for Email Pro. This is, oh, Jesus Christ. This is a free service I invented. I am also a professor. Professor of email. Welcome to my syllabus world. As I'm sure you know, you will fail the class if you lose the syllabus. Hooper, I'm not fucking around. Syllabus is mandatory. No class participation grade. Only syllabus grade. I'm just like making up what the things are that a professor will relate to. Like I'm just making up that in this guy's world it's like, he said he's retired, right?
Yeah.
So does he like wake up in the middle of the night and have dreams about people being like, oh, I lost the syllabus. Please help me. No? Alright, is there anything you want to say?
He likes watching birds. You could say something about birds.
Hooper, your daughter. I mean, some of the titles I leave.
Yeah.
Like that one is like sort of artistic. What's your name?
Nadia.
Oh, hi Nadia.
Hi.
Your daughter Nadia. Do you have does he have other daughters?
No.
This is good then. So that you like watching birds? Is right? I'm so glad for you. I don't have things like that in my life. I have a love-hate relationship with email. Oh,
He's
also.
gonna think I've like been kidnapped.
Yeah, I know. A lot of times people get these emails, and then they'll write to you and be like, something fucked up. And then it's sort of your problem at that point. Okay, you can unsubscribe at any time. No judgment. I'm used to it. Close friends I have unsubscribed to. Nothing can hurt me. Alright, also, welcome dad@gmail.com. Taking a chance here. But I thought we could all dialogue. Frankly, as an email professional, I'm impressed that you got dad@gmail. I couldn't even get email pro. For those of you who don't know, my address, I'll just put that in here. For those of you who don't know, my email address is emailpro.emailpro@gmail.com. Best wishes, Ivan. Alright, let's review. This dad likes basketball. Dear Professor Hoopers, your daughter has signed you up for Email Pro. This is a free service I invented. I am also a professor of email. Welcome to my syllabus world. As I'm sure you know, you will fail the class if you lose the syllabus. Hooper, I'm not fucking around. Syllabus is mandatory, no class participation, only syllabus grade. Dear Professor Hooper, your daughter, Nadia. Sorry, say Nadia? Nadia.
But it's with a J, but it doesn't matter.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so your name is that?
No, that's...
You said it's with a J.
Yeah, it's with a J instead of an I.
Like, how is that obvious? Like, I get that it's your name, but like, I don't know how do I know?
I made a D sound. A D sound is never interchangeable with a J sound.
Alright, say your name again.
Nadia.
And the jiggle spelling.
So wait, so this is correct? Yeah, this is your name? So you want to take another second? Is that the right spelling?
Sorry, the projector just seems to have fucked up, so it's all.
Did you hear that, Colin?
I heard it.
Okay, well done. I think you might have a future in public speaking. That was good. Yeah, the projector is fucked up. Okay, your daughter, Nadia, aka Nadia, said that you like watching birds. I'm so glad for you. I don't have things like that in my life. I don't even remember writing that. It's so sad. I just fucking slipped that in. Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with email. Also, I peaked giving important text. These shows are rough. You can unsubscribe at any time. No judgment, I'm used to it. Close friends have unsubscribed, nothing can hurt me. Also, welcome dad@gmail.com. Taking a chance here, but I thought we could all dialogue. Frankly, as an email professional, I'm impressed that you got dad@gmail.com. I couldn't even get Email Pro. For those of you who don't know, my email address is emailpro@gmail.com. Best wishes, Ivan, aka Ivan. It's pronounced exactly the same way. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go call my dad. Just make sure.
Alright, do what you gotta do. Alright, we're gonna write more emails, but at this point I want to switch gears and go on the internet with you. Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
So Jeff is like the person who like knows things. You're like the voice of reason at these shows. So I thought we could look up some stuff. Do you remember the personal statement that was like, I was tormented about giving a wedding toast, and then by like not giving a fuck, I did a good job. Remember that part?
Yeah.
I wanted to use WikiHow, how to impress people. How to impress. That's not my search history. I wasn't Googling how to impress a girl. Okay? That's a Google, that's like the United States talking. That's not me.
How to impress a teacher.
How to impress your crush. I wonder if this is like, what do you guys think? Do you think the kid trying to impress the teacher is like horny or is like failing? Like, which one do you think is both? Yeah, well, I don't know. My strategy was just to do good in school. That's how I tried to impress my teachers. I mean, I got good grades, but that was sort of it. How to impress somebody. WikiHow, how to impress. 3 steps, 3 ways to impress somebody. There are lots of reasons why you'd want to. Alright, don't fucking condescend to me. It's like they already Googled how to do it. Right? You're talking to people who wanted to know how to do it. And the first thing you're going to tell them is there's lots of reasons why you want to impress somebody. Fuck you. Maybe you're looking to really. Maybe you're looking to show your girlfriend that your husband material. I feel like that's not who's Googling how to impress you. Right? Like if you're a boyfriend and you want your girlfriend to know that you're husband material, you just fucking say shit like, I would like to get married. Like that's all it is. Like the boyfriends who are not husband material are like trying not to get married. That's like the whole fucking difference. You just say you want to get married and then she'll know. This is gonna be whatever this is. Whoever wrote this is gonna be a bad answer. Maybe you're new in town and looking to make friends. Every once in a while, I just reach something where I'm like, I don't even want to make fun of this shit anymore. That's just too sad and real. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Jesus. I hope that person, I hope this works and the person gets help. Maybe you just want to show your boss that you're ready for a promotion. I feel like people do Google that shit. Like, how can I get the leads? That's real. This one is real. This is like real, like Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross shit. No matter the reason, it's not that hard to impress somebody with just a bit of work and a couple tricks. Oh, the tricks are gonna be gold. Just like there's just a couple tricks. What would you guys do if it was like straight up fucking magic tricks? You just like go to a magic store, buy some shitty thing, buy some like shitty fake plastic thing that hides a quarter, and then make the quarter disappear. Okay. I didn't look this up. I swear to God, I'm not cheating. Impressing a friend or acquaintance. Seek out new and interesting experiences. Being in shape, being a couch sitter, or an avid primetime TV watcher is not going to impress anyone. Seek out new experiences and preferably do things that other people do not know you do. That's risky. Impressing someone requires doing something that makes an impression. Look at this extra. Do you guys see that? There's like 2 periods right there. It's like period, space, period. Can you see that on the thing?
No.
Can you see now? It's like period, space. Look at this.
Yeah, I can see that.
Does that make a good impression? Is this guy impressing us right now?
Also say define the word with the word.
Excuse me?
Define the word with the word. It's
Impressing someone requires making an impression.
Oh, you're saying all he's doing is defining a word with the word?
saying,
What's your point?
I'm saying it's not impressive.
It's not impressive.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's a meaningless statement.
Yeah, I agree.
Make an
Agreed.
impression,
Okay,
make an
I agree.
impression.
But you just made a great impression by making that correct point. Care about what you do. If you try to achieve something you just could care less about, you are unlikely to succeed. Wait, what? Oh, right. This is one of those things that's wrong. Right? If you wait, is it? Hold on. You know how people say I could care less and they mean I couldn't care less? Is this that?
Yeah.
If you try to achieve something you just could care less about, you are unlikely to
Yeah, that should be couldn't. Should definitely be
Wait, but I'm not sure that makes sense because, like, if you try to achieve something that you do care about, wait, all right. So what he's saying, if you try to achieve something that you could care about, you're unlikely to succeed. Is
No,
that
it's,
what
it's trying to say if you try to achieve something you don't care about.
That's what he means.
That's what it means. Because look at the first sentence.
Oh, but that's totally wrong.
Yeah,
The toast.
it's
I didn't
wrong.
give a fuck, and that was like the best shit I ever did. Right? He's saying you have to
Yeah,
care. You have to
yes,
care in order to
yes.
succeed.
I'm with you.
Right? And I went on
Yeah.
stage. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Right.
I thought I was Chris's best friend. I'm looking at like 300 people out here. And then I did good. Alright, so wrong. Method 1 is wrong. Be prepared for hard work. You will need to choose something you care about enough to... How did this become like how to just do things? Right? It was supposed to be like how to impress somebody. Now it's like, choose something that you're going to work hard at. Fuck you. Where's the fucking quarter? Where's this? Where's the quarter magic trick? Aim high but start small. Mastering a skill or achieving a goal requires a number of steps to get there. Jesus. Jeff, if you met somebody that's like a reasonable person, if you met somebody and they were like, hi, I'm aiming high but starting small, mastering a skill, would you be impressed?
Sure.
Okay. What if they were like, what if you met somebody and they're like, hi Jeff. I'm trying to choose something that I could care less about in order to succeed. Would that impress you?
No.
What's a thing someone did that impressed you when you were like first meeting them? Never been impressed. Alright, so to care about other people. It is very easy to get overly self-centered, trying to impress others in order to feel good about yourself. That is true. I invented this whole fucking email thing to do that. And it is natural to want attention and feel important. Dude, I'm telling you, for a whole weekend at Chris's wedding, I had this. I had it. Intoxicating. However, you want to do so in a way that is healthy and positive. I think you want to do it at all costs. That's me. Like, I'm giving you guys a choice now. Like, I'm saying just do it by any means necessary. WikiHow, that can't type periods without fucking up, is telling you do it in a way that's healthy and positive. It is okay to work hard to shine, but you are a worthy person just the way you are. You know, the person Googled how to impress people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this was all it was, right? You just stick that here. Remember when you said there are a lot of reasons why you want to delete that, put, where was it? You're a worthy person just the way you are, and then delete everything else. Select all, unselect the first thing, delete. Find like-minded people. If you want to achieve something, it helps to have a community of people, blah, 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 blah. You will not impress everyone all the time. Well, you know, I did once. You do it once, and then you're like, this is doable. I must do it again. So here I would say, you know, you can't do it once. Maybe you can do it more times. I'm not dead yet. Who knows? What is this? What is this initiative? Who's the person who's impressed? She's like, I'm impressed that you're touching my cane. I feel like people don't touch old people's canes. I feel like that would impress an old people. You just walked up to an old person, like, touched the cane. Like, not grabbed it. It was just like, it's a nice cane. I feel like you would make an impression. But what's his deal? What is this? Like, what is he thinking? What is this whole deal?
Maybe it's his cane.
Maybe it's his cane, and she's the one who's like, that's a nice cane. I mean, this is just totally inscrutable. This is like one of those people who has like no insides. This dude's a psychopath. She's like, you seem nice. He's like, wrong. I mean, because here we sort of know, right? This is the hand, this is some shitty guy. It's like Weird Al Yankovic doing his quarter magic trick. These are like Weird Al fans who are like, he did it again. Right? They're being impressed by the coin that disappears in the slot. Right? We understand that one. This one is like, I'm a psycho. And this is my last day on Earth. Because the psycho's gonna kill him, not because I'm making fun of an old person. 3. Develop a talent. Everyone is born with a set of gifts, and you can hone skills you already have with a little work. You can try new things and develop the skills you always wanted to have. Okay? Talent only gets you so far. Yes, some people have phenomenal abilities that are seemingly effortless, such as child. This is one of the, like... I forget that child prodigies are even out there. You see what I'm saying? Like it seems sort of hard, even before you're like, and there's child prodigies out there. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe I could make this email shit thing work. Maybe, right? Maybe I could get somewhere with emails. That's before I even remember that it, like, Port Authority, there's some kid shredding piano 24/7 who's like a prodigy, and that kid there's like 300 people looking at that kid. Right, so child prodigies, nice reminder, thanks for that. There's a bunch of kids who's better than us. However, without learning, persistence, interest, dedication, optimism, talent is pretty useless. I mean, I feel like with that many other things, it's still useless. Right? One 2, 3, 4, 5. You're saying best case scenario, talent is useful as like 1/6 of the things. Dude, I'd say just get the other 5, you're fine. Talent is useless. It is just the whole sentence. Is that. Talent is pretty useless. Stop making excuses like, I'm not that kind of person, I'm not talented enough to try such and such. Just go out there and try. Let's just get to the picture. Oh, this is cool. He's like painting something and he's impressing people by painting. Of course, we don't see what it is. I mean, the real impressive thing here would be if they just showed you what a guy could draw that would impress people. Right? Like, that would be the WikiHow answer. It's like, if you can fucking draw this, you'll impress people. But they don't know. So they're just like, maybe you could draw something that these people would like.
Isn't that the same?
Yeah,
It's the same people who like the coins.
Oh, that's a good point. This is like one of those menus where it's like, find the difference. Let's zoom in on this right now. 3 people and like one's mouth is white.
Oh my god.
Fucking A, 3 people and one's mouth is white. That's very good. I think these people are just dipshits who are like easy to impress. You know what I mean? I bet he hasn't even painted anything. It's like, that guy's got a thing in his hand and he's holding it against another thing. Wow. Alright. For example, drawing is a good example of a talent which some people naturally figure out. That's insulting to people who draw good. Anyone who draws good, they just figured it out. That's not a real thing. And then here's some guy figuring out how to impress people. Wait, I thought there was going to be 3 things. Why is there a 4th thing? Didn't they say?
Method 1. There's 3 methods.
Oh, this is only still method. This is bullshit.
Oh my
What is this picture? Impressing a significant other. Try to have a 3-way with a child. Come on, this kid. What? Look at this. He's already gone. He's like already so traumatized. He doesn't even have an eye. His eye is open and it's just a void. This is some Damien shit. And then this guy's like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with all of this. What the fuck is this hand? Look at this kid. Look at this. This is like some satanic. That's fucked up. All right, we're gonna run away. What is okay? After you have this is like. She like sucked out his life force, and then she's like, now I feel great. I absorbed the child. Now I'm immortal. All right, let's go back. That was too weird. Let's go back to that. Okay, we'll do another one of my show emails. Show email. Jerome, referred by Dave Rangaviz. Copy, paste. For sakes. See, the thing is, like, when you call yourself email pro, like, you can't screw up. Right? Everyone's like, oh, but I thought. Alright, I just Googled how to impress people. Hi, Jerome. Dave Rangaviz has signed you up. Receive emails from me. I am a person who learned how to impress people by reading a WikiHow article. Here is the main points. Have a 3-way where you absorb the life force of a virgin.
Oh my god!
Wait, let's see if we can I get back to that article?
No.
Wait, maybe, how do I, is there a way to link to just that image?
Open image in your tab.
Just copy image address.
Well, it's the same thing, right? Can I copy that?
Same.
This is really good. Have a three-way where you absorb the life force of a virgin.
He's not gonna click that.
He's not gonna click that, right? Is that what somebody said? Have a three where you absorb the life force of a virgin. What were the other ones? Oh, magic tricks. No, wait, no. Let's do this one. What was it? Copy image address?
Yeah.
Touch a person's cane. What else do we have? What do you guys want to use? I feel like this one was like, oh, learn some shitty magic tricks and find some dipshits. Come on. This was in the article. I didn't make it up. Don't come cry to me. Yeah, this one is sort of a weird email. You can unsubscribe. You can unsubscribe. That's the whole reason this is okay. You can unsubscribe. That's like the only reason I justify this to myself. It's like people can unsubscribe, and also I don't play games. Like when they unsubscribe, I don't write to them and be like, well, I guess this is goodbye. I just instantly stop. Today, one of the guys who unsubscribed and then resubscribed, re-unsubscribed.
that first?
Yes, that is the first. To unsubscribe, yeah, it's the first. Yeah, it was the first one. After he unsubscribed, to be honest, I was a little bit pissed. I was like, why didn't you just stick with it in the first place? Like, all the emails are fucked up. Like, it's not like at one point I switched from being like under the Tuscan sun, now the emails are fucked up. Like, it was always fucked up. So sometimes I would send him emails and just be like, hi, just let me know when you want to unsubscribe again. And then today just sent me an email that said unsubscribe. Alright, so where are we at with this guy? Hi, Jerome. Dave Rankovitz has signed you up to receive emails from me. I'm a person who learned how to impress people by reading a WikiHow article. Here is the main points. Have a three-way where you absorb the life force of a virgin, touch a person's cane, learn some shitty magic tricks, and find some dipshits. This was in the article. I didn't make it up. Don't come crying at me. You can unsubscribe. You can unsubscribe. That's the whole reason this is okay. You can unsubscribe. Hi, so all the emails are just going to be like this. I'm send. All right, does anyone have any questions? I'd like to open up these shows to like a question and answer session. Yeah, question.
Is this the last email pro?
No, this is not the last email pro show. That might have been the last personal statement, but it might not be. I don't know. I decided I would say that it was going to be the last personal statement, and then I decided I was going to act like it was the last personal statement. And I'm saying it's the last personal statement, but that could change. All right, any other questions?
How many subscribers are there?
Over 300.
Do people write back?
Yeah, people do write back.
What's the most fucked up thing someone said?
What's the most fucked up? Well, first let me just find out. Whoa, where's the
Can we read the spreadsheet?
percentage? Wait, where's the percentage of people who've written back? Percentage of subscribers who've replied at least once. 29% of people have responded at least once. So in other words, 70% of people are just getting this and just having no reaction. Oh, it's another email. confidential. What's your question? What's the most fucked up thing? Well, they're not as like horrifically fucked up as you might expect. But one thing that was sort of weird was that, so for a while I had a Craigslist ad that was just called Receive Email. And some people clicked on that, and I got some subscribers that way. A lot of people clicked on it and they were like, oh, nope, bye. But I got one subscriber named Carol who responded to every single email ever. She was the only person who had 100% reply percentage. And this was like over the course of 9 months. And every response was just a smiley face. That was it. All of the responses was a smiley face. Every single time for 9 months. And then she unsubscribed. And I broke my rule where I like immediately stopped contacting. I wrote back and it wasn't like a stupid email. I wrote back, I was like, Carol, sorry to see you go. I won't contact you again, but since you're the one person who responded to 100% of the emails, I'm a little curious why you left. And she wrote back and said, this was after 9 months. I don't really understand what Email Pro is. Any other questions? Okay, who wants to sign somebody else up? Nobody, right?
I do.
Oh, you do great. Okay, who do you want to sign up?
My roommate,
Okay.
Derek. I think the email is Smith, Derek,
What's the spelling of Derek?
DEREK.
There's not like a J right there.
Dot Robert, ROBERT. Yeah. I think that's it.
Bro. Dear Robert. I like how it's like, so his name is Derek?
Yeah. Robert's his middle name.
Yeah, this is like not conforming with Robert is my middle name. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like, literally Derek is the middle name.
I think there are too many Derek Smiths, so that's what he got stuck with.
Yeah, but this is like, there's also too many Smith Derricks too. Let's just fuck up the order. Dear Robert Smith, Derek Robert. You have been enrolled in Email Pro. I'm really sorry, but the lights are down, so I don't even know who it was that enrolled. Could you just identify yourself, please?
It's Jamie.
Jamie.
Your
Oh, from the
best
last show,
friend.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Last time you were also just this like voice from the darkness. You've been enrolled in Email Pro by, oh, what did I just do? By Jamie.
Yeah, that's not how you spell my name though. It's
Well,
okay.
okay, how do you, it was like 2 J's, like a lot of J.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the real spelling?
Jaime. Like gem.
Gem. Oh, let's do that. AKA. But isn't that also Jaime though?
Yeah.
Like literally, that's also how the name Jaime is spelled.
Mhm.
Was that difficult for you? Being like,
No.
I'm not Jaime.
No, because my last name is Wright, so no one really assumed.
No one thought you were like Jaime Escalante.
No. Though my.
One person was with me on stand and deliver, right? One person like, Jaime Escalante, yes, aka the voice in the darkness. AKA Jaime Escalante. I'm so glad you decided, roommates you said?
Mhm.
Roommates with Jamie Robert Smith. I bet Jamie is the better roommate. Right? I bet Derek is like, oh, I didn't know. Right? It's like Jamie's like, hi, I had a good day. And he's like, oh no. Does anyone who's met Jamie, have anyone else in the front row met Derek?
Yes.
Was on a scale from like 1 to 10, how accurate was my impression?
Like a 5.
5. 5 being like neither accurate nor inaccurate.
Yeah. Intermittently accurate.
Intermittently accurate. I'll take it. I'll take it. I bet Jamie is the better roommate. Wait, hold on, I have a funny idea. How do I do it? Here we go. Attached an impression of you that I just made up. One dude who met you said it was a 5 on a scale to 10. Oh. You can unsubscribe at any time. I get it. Okay. So Email Pro is this thing where I send out emails. People just have to absorb it. You can respond however you want. Feel free to attach an impression of me. That would be rad. I await your response. Is there anything else you want to say about Derek? To Derek, I mean?
Hope you're doing well and had fun at the chiropractor today.
Hope you're doing well.
He loves his chiropractor.
And high five the chiropractor today.
Yeah.
This was your chiropractor's message to you. Just kidding. It's Jamie's message. So he's got like a chiropractor appointment or something?
Yeah, he goes to chiropractor weekly.
He goes to chiropractor weekly?
A chiropractor.
That's like kind of an email pro sentence. He goes to chiropractor weekly. Just gonna leave that there. Is it? Do you high five as a chiropractor?
I wish. No, one time I was his chiropractor.
Oh, you're a chiropractor?
No, but one time his back really hurt, so he just stood on the ground and I walked on it. And we joked that I was his chiropractor.
Well, some people say that like all chiropractors is that. Are you familiar with the like anti-chiropractor thing?
No.
I mean, I don't know what's what. I've heard that some people are like chiropractors just like random roommates who walk on your back.
Okay.
Well, we can leave that for another email.
We can now.
But why did you say I wish? Like, was this chiropractor hot or something?
Oh, I don't know. I think he just really likes the chiropractor.
Like,
Right.
why?
Because he like helps his back.
If you want to impress your chiropractor, here are some tricks.
No.
It'll be different things. Do a very good high five, like that uses your vertebrae or something. Healthy vertebrae. Be a vertebrate.
Do a
Oh, that's weird. I said be to a vertebrate, but do a vertebrate.
That's good.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable. Figure it out. Alright, let's review. Dear Robert Smith, Derek Robert Smith, you've been rolled an email pro by Jamie, Jen, aka the voice of the darkness, aka Jamie Escalante. I'm so glad Who here doesn't know who Jaime Escalante is? So I a little bit don't know who he is. Who is the person who knows who he is? Who's the person who had that one reaction?
I don't know. I just thought it was. I didn't
Oh,
know.
it was one of the people who left. You know what? Let's just leave it. Jaime Escalante is somebody.
People used to call me that at a job I had.
Oh, they called you Jaime Escalante? I think he was a guy in a movie. He was like a good teacher. It was like some movie. It was like Dangerous Minds or something, but instead of Michelle Pfeiffer, it was Jaime Escalante. Jaime Alfonso Escalante Gutierrez was a Bolivian educator known for teaching students calculus from 1974 to 1991 at Garfield High School. And he was the subject of the 1988 film Stand and Deliver, which he was portrayed by Edward James Olmos. That's pretty cool if you're like known for teaching students calculus for those years. Also, it's like, there have been many people who are known for teaching calculus, but only Jaime Escalante is known for teaching calculus from 1974 to 1991. I love how in 1992 there was like a new calculus guy who was like, I'm here now, fuck Jaime Escalante. It's a new sheriff in town. Look at all this. Look at how long this fucking Wikipedia article is, because he taught calculus.
He impressed people.
He impressed people. Look at this. Ronald Reagan and Schwarzenegger. Dude, I
The
fucking
movie
wish-
was made while he was still teaching.
Dude, that must have been cool if you're just some calculus teacher and then you're teaching the class and some kids are like, why do we have to learn calculus? And he's like, because they're making a movie about me. That's pretty, I mean, look, like I gave a highly regarded wedding at a toast at a wedding, and like the movie was never even an option. That was never even on the table. And people fucking loved that toast. And here's a dude who just taught calculus, and they were like, give him a movie. Give him a movie, 1974 to 1991. Make the movie. Okay, what were we talking about? The email. I'm so glad you decided to be roommates with Jamie Robert Smith. I bet Jamie is the better roommate. Also, I attached an impression of you I just made up. One dude who met you said it was a 5 on a scale to 10. Let's revisit the impression. You can unsubscribe at any time, I get it. Okay, so email pro is this thing where I send out emails, people just have to absorb it. You can respond however you want. Feel free to attach impression of me, I await your response. Hope you're doing well and high five the chiropractor today. This was your chiropractor's message to you, just kidding, it's Jamie. He goes to chiropractor. That's actually funny. He goes to chiropractor weekly. Why is that funny? Do you agree that it's funny?
Yeah, I do.
He goes to chiropractor weekly. Who, this, you can really be honest, who does not think that's funny? Everyone thinks it's funny? I kind of just want to spend the rest of the show talking about why this sentence is funny. He
feel like
goes
if
to chiropractor weekly. That's not funny if you like swapped out this word. Right? Like what's another, he goes to calculus weekly. Not funny, right? What's another thing it could be? Somebody shout a thing.
Like church.
He goes to church weekly, not funny. I mean, a little bit it's funny because there's the missing article right
It would
there.
have to be he goes to like priest.
He goes to priest, right, it would have to be that.
That's
He goes to
kinda funny.
priest
Which
weekly.
is kind of
That, I don't think so.
it's not actually.
It's not, he goes to chiropractor weekly. That is funny. That's really good. If you want to impress your chiropractor, here's some tricks. Do a very good high five, like you use your vertebrae or something. Healthy vertebrae, do a vertebrate, non-negotiable. Figure it out. Okay, good job. All right, we're gonna do one more email. Who has a person they want to enroll?
I will.
Okay,
If
great.
nobody else has.
It's your what?
Oh, sorry.
If no one else,
Jamie,
that's what
you
you
might
say.
need to. What is Ben Pryor's email?
Oh, hold on, I'll look it up.
I think it's.
In the mean, does anyone have an email ready to go?
Oh yeah, we might have flunked out of this. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know if they're signed up already.
Well, okay. I can search it.
Yeah.
I think it's Ben.
Look at the
Pryor.
first name. Dos Equis.
It's Ben Pryor.
Oh, we got it already. All right, Ben Pryor,
Dot
like
NYC.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dot NYC.
Dot NYC. That's an interesting move. When like the Ben Pryors take it, and you're like,
Coom.
.com. That's the other move. You can. There's Ben Pryor. If that doesn't work, you go to Ben Pryor NYC, and if that doesn't work, you go to the .com. Ben Pryor NYC. But now he's also just saying like, I am NYC. Right? He's being like, I'm a New Yorker. Let me guess. This guy's like moved to New York, right?
Yeah, he's from Long Island.
Oh, nah. See, I'm from New Jersey, so I'm like, that counts. But we'll be nice to Long Island. It's like trying to make a coalition of oppressed non-New York places. Ben Pryor, I'm so, okay. Welcome to NYC. Dear Ben Pryor, I'm so glad you are NYC to the bone. To the boom. Welcome to NYC email. Here in NYC, you get emails from Email Pro. I'm sort of like the NYC version. No, I'm sort of like the .com version of Gmail. I want to use, what was the really good sentence? He goes to chiropractor weekly. I want to use that. All right, let's all. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and then we're all gonna say he goes to chiropractor weekly. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
He goes to chiropractor weekly. I want to hear if the sound is in it. He goes to chiropractor weekly. Oh, there it is. At the very end of that weird tone. Did you guys know that you can like trim QuickTime movies so that the whole thing isn't fucked up? You can. Then now it'll start with us talking. He goes to chiropractor weekly. Self-explanatory. Where is it? There we go. Okay. All right. I have attached this awesome sentence I discovered while writing my previous email. I'm so glad. Oh wait, you know what'd be funny? My prior. I mean, I think this is good for two reasons. Like the smaller reason is that it's a pun, but the better reason is that it's gonna be just so meaningless to him. Right? What prior email? Like it doesn't. There's an email before this, but he doesn't even know that. The sentence is funny for reasons no one really understands. I checked with my live audience, and we were powerless to explain it. Oh, that's like next level. This is no. Oh, how do I explain it? This is known as Dos Equis. Okay, man, you can unsubscribe at any time, but don't unsubscribe from NYC. It's part of you now. Long Island is a part of all of us. I love being from NYC with you. I love doing emails with you. I love drinking Dos Equis with you. Goodbye now. Dear Ben Pryor, I'm so glad you are NYC to the bone. Welcome to NYC email. Here at NYC, you get emails from email programs sort of like the Dr. Oh, we never even said who signed them up, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's important. You were signed up by who?
David. David Bernstein.
By David Burns. The correct spelling?
Yeah.
Great. I fixed it. I have attached to this awesome sentence I discovered while writing my prior email. The sentence is funny for reasons no one really understands. I checked with my live audience and we were powerless to explain it. This is known as Dos Equis.
He goes to chiropractor weekly.
Okay, Ben, you can unsubscribe at any time, but don't unsubscribe for NYC. It's a part of you now. Long Island is a part of all of us. I love being from NYC with you. I love doing emails with you. I love drinking Dos Equis with you. Goodbye now. Thank you. All right, so if you want to sign up for Email Pro, I'm just going to be sitting here. You can come up and talk to me. If you don't want to sign up, it's okay. Thanks for coming to my show. Thanks to Jeff for being a part of it. Thank you to John Marty for filming it. And thanks for the Tank for letting me do this. And thank you to you for coming and everybody who let me sign up your friends. I hope it's okay. All right, that's the end of the show.